When you talk about the camps of hip hop, you got the Disco King Mario camp in Bronxdale. You got the Grandmaster Flash camp. You got the Africa Bambaataa camp. You got the Kool Herc camp. You got the Breakout and Baron camp. Okay, you got these camps. You got the Grandmaster Flowers camp. Okay, you got all of these camps all say they were first. All of these camps all say they were first. Who was the first hip hop street DJ? The answer to that would be Kool DJ Herc. It is Kool DJ Herc, and I already broke that down a little bit. Herc or Mario, it is Herc.
If you ask me, were Puerto Rican brothers in Kool Herc's party in the beginning? That's an easy question. They wasn't at that time.
They was?
It's an error. They was not at that time. The Kool Herc party is the very beginning.
They was not.
Yeah, but that's mathematics.
There wasn't no Puerto Ricans.
Wasn't no Puerto Rican.
Coming
Wow.
to the parties.
It is Herc. So, and these are the words from Kool DJ D, who says Herc was before Mario. And that's on one of my videos, and I give you that reference.
Mr. Ames, I wanted to ask you about, because we saw the Kool DJ D video, and he said Mario came from him.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
We put him down.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we took him from not knowing nobody out there in the park.
Wow.
He ain't know nobody.
Mario and I made a good team together.
Okay.
He had aspects I didn't have. I was an introvert, laid back. Mario, outgoing.
Okay.
So I think with two of us came together, I needed Mario to go out there and see what what opportunities was out there for us at the time.
Wow, so you remember Kool DJ D?
Shit, yeah, him and Tyrone?
Wow.
Yeah. We go back. We back.
We're still trying to figure out, find out more about before your equipment. Do you know anything about Spades playing music before you?
Well, I'm pretty sure they gave parties, man.
Yeah.
I personally never have went to any of their parties.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure they gave parties. They talk about it. Mario give a party in the carriage room or
right.
Stuff like that. I never went to a bunch of parties though.
We was out way before they even thought about being there.
Right.
And Ronnie hooked up the equipment.
Was you out before Africa Bambaataa?
Hell yeah.
Was you out before Kool Herc?
Kool Herc?
Kool Herc.
Well, far as playing in the street, yeah.
Right.
Shoot, he always used to come and try to get down with us to play.
Right.
Yeah. Because he was scared somebody was going to rip off his equipment. So he had to get with somebody that had power.
Right.
They had no damn power back there. Shit, I remember they robbed a lot of people and took their sets. Got that right.
We definitely know that in the Troy L. Smith interview that is in the description, you can read where Troy Smith asks him the question, who came first, Mario or Herc? Kool D's answer was Herc.
Okay, so OG, I just want to cover this about, you did an interview with Jayquan. Was that recently, this Jayquan interview? I want to cover that.
Well, frankly, I did it with Troy L. Smith.
Right, Troy Smith.
We started it 2013.
Okay.
And we finished it off last year, 2023.
Okay. I wanted to cover certain things, and then shout out to Troy Smith, shout out to Jayquan. There's nothing about them. just certain things you said could be taken the wrong way, maybe in that interview. So I just want to cover it. You know what I'm saying? There's a part in there you said Mario came after Herc or Herc before Mario, something like that. Now I took it like, I didn't take it like anything really, like because I know Mario got his equipment later on. You know what I'm saying? Got his own equipment later on. Like at the beginning, he really didn't have his own equipment, like big equipment. Right. He had little equipment that he was borrowing.
All of a sudden, first it was him and Spanky, had two little rinky-dink fucking turntables, right. No mix at the time.
Right.
Two little fucking speakers.
At that time, he had like some house speakers and a record player. And then he started getting a little bit more equipment.
I didn't take it like anything really, like because I know Mario got his equipment later on. You know what I'm saying? Got his own equipment later on. Like at the beginning, he really didn't have his own equipment, like big equipment. Right. He had little equipment that he was borrowing from Monk, and even DJ Faze said he borrowed Faze's father's equipment. So Mario was known to borrow people, equipment, take people equipment and use them.
Yeah, like when I watched the interview and the guy said that Mario used to come out with the ass kickers. We had the ass kickers.
Oh, okay.
Mario had the eliminators.
So everybody thought your equipment was his.
Exactly. Yeah,
right.
But I didn't know that at the time. Because
Right.
I would cut off the mic. No, give me that mic back.
But anyway, can you elaborate a little on that can you elaborate on what you said as far as Herc before Mario?
Right. Mario's playing, with me at the same time Herc was playing.
Herc and Mario are contemporaries. They're actually contemporaries.
Contemporary. Contemporary can be an adjective or a noun. As an adjective, contemporary can mean 1. From the same time period, coexistent in time. From the same time period, coexistent in time.
When Herc used to come over on this side, I remember him and Mario was cool. We always did something in that gym and split the gym in half.
123? 123?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I knew we had the equipment. Right. Nobody had the equipment. They used to have to get like 9, 10 guys equipment.
Oh, you say Mario didn't have the equipment at that time?
Nobody had the equipment. I don't care, nobody.
Well, Cool DJ D had the equipment.
Mario's playing, with me at the same time Herc was playing. Me and Herc we were all playing at the same time, matter of fact.
Okay.
All right. But what I mean by Herc was before Mario, because Herc had his equipment.
Right.
And he was already playing before Mario got his equipment and came outside and did his thing.
His own equipment.
D was first with the Macintosh amp. Right? Mario didn't have it. Mario later on got one.
Right.
And that's how he gets the crew, the Big Mac crew.
Right.
That's where that comes from.
Right.
Okay? But that's later.
Right.
Herc had his equipment.
Right.
And he was already playing before Mario got his equipment and came outside and did his thing.
His own equipment. But he had other people's equipment. And actually I'm trying to figure this out because I think maybe he had other people's equipment, big equipment, professional equipment other than yours. I'm trying to figure it out because Mario, the Shaka Zulu, shout out to Shaka Zulu Wade. He said he remembered Mario in his elementary school prom with equipment. Now, I don't know how big that equipment was, but was that you putting that on?
No.
That wasn't you?
No.
I know I jumped because my mind raced, but I wanted to go directly to when I first met Mario.
That's when you met Mario?
Yeah, but I didn't know he was Mario until.
Okay.
Mind you, that's in 1973, and that's in June.
June 73, you saw Mario.
That's right, with his big speakers inside our lunchroom. Doing a dance called The Snake. And we all know The Snake because I don't even make a fool out of myself. You just, move like that.
Right.
And it was a cool thing to do.
Wow. So he was dancing. What else? Was he DJing? Or?
He was, I don't know. Yeah, well, he had to get off the set. So who was with him at the time? It was, I can't, but I remember Mario. He was cool.
Yeah, he said, I think PS 77 or something. So that wasn't you at a prom. So that was Mario. So I'm trying to figure out whose equipment Mario had at that time. So Mario, but you do know, because I don't want you to shortchange yourself. You're such a nice guy sometimes. it's like you shortchange yourself. You was DJing before Kool Herc. The 73 was his very first DJ party, his very first time DJing.
Right.
Now, how far back you go with DJing?
I was DJing back with the early 71 or 72. I was in junior high school. I was doing it. Yeah.
Right.
I graduated in 71. So yeah, around that time. But to me, I didn't call myself a DJ until I got my equipment. You know, I was DJing with other people. You know, but I didn't, call myself a DJ until I got my own equipment and named myself a DJ.
Okay. So Mario was with you. He was more, and that's another thing I want to say. Mario,
I like to consider Mario. He was the first hip hop impresario.
Meaning of impresario.
Impresario is a noun that refers to a person who organizes and often finances concerts.
Mario was more than just a DJ, but actually you said you never really saw him DJ, like early on.
I never seen Mario DJ.
Wow.
When Mario first got with me, he was my manager. He got me a couple of gigs.
Right.
Then he started, talking on the mic.
Right.
And stuff like that. Then he, elevated himself to the disco king.
Right. I wanted people to know that Mario was more than just a DJ. He was more, even like Charlie Rock said, he was an impresario. Right. Meaning, from my understanding, like a promoter, a manager.
Yeah.
He was definitely probably the first promoter and manager of hip-hop. Charlie Rock said he was the first impresario of hip-hop. So that's how people got to understand it, too. Mario was putting it on. That's why I always say Mario was just putting it on.
Right. He was an enterpriser. He was out there doing this thing.
Right, putting it on. So when it comes to Mario, hopefully the people don't just try to focus on DJ, because he was putting it on. He was more than that. He was a promoter. Like you say, you saw him more as an MC.
Right.
He was more as an MC at your time.
Right.
They was Chuck City.
Yeah, right. So DJ D, you have a unique kind of history, because you saw a lot of the pioneers from the beginning before they, really, became big or anything.
Right.
So Mario's the one that gave me the chance. The play on Mario's system was the deal. That means you arrived. I walk in and out of Bronxville like a king now, because I'm down with Disco King Mario.
What about when Jazzy J was with Mario? Did you see that at all?
No, I never seen Jazzy J, play on Mario stuff. Never seen it. Maybe I saw pictures, but that's about it.
Wow.
I never seen him play. I think it was a brief period that Jazzy J played with him before Bambaataa came back and snatched him back up.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe that's why. And plus, I was busy doing my thing downtown. Yeah.
Okay. So as far as just putting it on, putting music on, would you say Herc was before Mario?
Well, Mario could have been giving his parties and promoting and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, but I it's hard for me to say.
Right.
Yeah, but
But Mario,
he was with me at the same time Herc was out. So
right.
Yeah.
Herc and Mario are contemporaries. They're actually contemporaries.
Yeah. Well, we know Mario's beginning goes way back, even before you. He was doing little things with music.
Must have been about 1971. I was going to the store for my aunt, and I heard music coming out of the laundry room. So the door wasn't fully closed, so I pushed it open just a little bit, enough that I could see inside, and there he was, Disco King Mario, with 2 turntables and a mixer with a knob on it. I was frozen, I couldn't move. I stood there in the door for a long time. Finally, Mario said, "Hey man, why don't you come in and close the door?" And I was like, "For real?" He was like, "Yeah, come on in." So I went in, spent hours just listening to Mario DJ.
That's like 1970. What was it like back in 1970?
Oh, back in 1970, it was party time. All the time.
So you was always into music? Was you doing music at that time?
I was doing music ever since I came from down south.
When you came to New York in 1970, was you DJing at that time? Do you know? You was?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me. I got a phone call.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I want to know, when did you start DJing?
Well, I started DJing in the South before I came to New York.
Right. How old was you?
Oh, man, 15. Anything about going back.
So block parties and our community really started with Mario started cutting his bones there, cutting his teeth there, man.
Got it.
Yeah.
Do you remember how people would dress at some of these early block parties? I mean, obviously, you were probably, you were maybe still in your colors.
Yeah, we were wearing our colors and our stomping boots.
Yeah,
that's what we wore. You couldn't even walk around without stomping boots on.
We used to all wear glory stompers.
Oh, you was wearing the glory stompers too?
Yeah. You had to be down. If you wasn't down,
wow,
couldn't do your thing.
So was you DJing with glory stompers on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had fun, man. You talking about fun?
You ain't even heard nothing about on the South Bronx. They playing music, they playing this, they playing that. Cause how we know about that? Cause we was gangbusting.
Right.
We were gangbusting, and we went on every edge of the Bronx.
Well, we know Mario's beginning goes way back, even before you. He was doing little things with music. But as far as the Jayquan interview, you also were saying that you never saw DJ Hollywood until later.
No, I didn't see him till 78, 79, 71 Club. Yeah, that's when I saw him.
And what about Breakout?
Breakout came along. He came along a little later. He came around 76. I remember hearing Breakout. Whenever the T Connection and all that stuff was popping, that's when I started hearing about Breakout. Yeah.
It's interesting because I see Flash on the podcast now. He's making Breakout the fourth.
Kool Herc,
Bambaataa,
Breakout, Flash, the four of us.
Now I was reading that article with you and Jayquan, and it kind of like seemed like you was allowing yourself to be called the disco DJ. Would you call yourself a disco DJ, or no?
Well, I'm both.
D had that Macintosh amp, heavy ass thing. So D was pumping sound, and when he would be outside, he played hip hop music for us, along with disco music.
Both. You've done both.
I've done both.
Universal.
So I can't see. There's people that were my mentors that were so-called disco DJs, Flowers, DJ Jones, and Plummer, right?
Okay.
So I can't not say that. I wasn't playing disco. I was, but I played hip hop too in the Bronx with the B-Boys.
Right.
The B-Boys know me.
Right.
And I played it well.
When they played in the street for us, because D used to come and play outside, played 100 Park. D was the only one at the time who had his own generator. You see, everybody else, like Mary and everybody, they had to rely on somebody letting them plug their stuff into the window or into the street lamps and all that. D didn't have to do that because D had a generator. He had a portable generator. So you get the gas, your portable, whatever, and that's what he would do. So D didn't have to do that. You see what I mean? So D would play outside. D was the first one with the Macintosh amp. Right? Mario didn't have that. Mario later on got one.
Right.
And that's how he gets the crew, the Big Mac crew.
Right.
That's where that comes from.
Right.
Okay? But that's later.
Right.
Okay? D had that Macintosh amp. Heavy ass thing. So D was pumping sound. And when he would be outside, he played hip hop music for us, along with disco music. See, that's the thing. What people need to understand, even though Herc, Bam, Flash, they were hip hop DJs because they played music. They played B.Boy breakbeats.
Right.
Right? Which is what really distinguished them from other regular disco DJs.
Okay.
Right? They also played disco music. They played
who's that?
all of them.
Right, all of them.
All of them.
I saw flyers with Herc flyers that said disco on it.
Right.
So it was disco, like.
Right. Because he also embraced disco as well, because those was the time. But then again, we were underground. But then again, there was popular music, disco music out there, and it was weird that at one time, you had to use disco in order, to get a certain crowd, because he had his crowd. But then again, it was where disco was so popular. Like for instance, Flowers, Grandmaster Flowers, he was underground. Grandmaster Flowers used to play all them hot joints that Herc played before Herc. But then again, he went disco. Because why? That's where the money was at. People was paying him money, to play disco stuff. Donna Summer, Spring of Fear, you know, and all that type of. So they paying him money, so he went that route. Now Herc would use disco, because for the simple reason that was that time. But we were definitely considered underground because we were wearing sneakers. The real discos when they were giving the disco party, they didn't like sneakers. But Herc was like, yo, when Herc gave his disco, right, he was able to come with sneakers.
So Herc was using disco. So he played some disco music, right?
Of course, because some disco music was hot. You had the SOS band, Love Is the Message. That's disco. Ain't nobody breaking off of that. Love Is the Message.
Right. So when he played Love Is the Message.
They started hustling. And hustling was a big part of disco.
So Kool Herc played Love Is the Message sometimes? Yeah. You've done both.
I've done both.
Universal.
So I can't see. There's people that were my mentors that were so-called disco DJs, Flowers, DJ Jones, and Plummer, right?
Okay.
So I can't not say that. I wasn't playing disco. I was, but I played hip hop too in the Bronx with the B.Boys.
Right.
The B.Boys know me, and I played it well. The hip hop. So
the disco era. When would you say that came in? When disco became a big thing?
Rather than having live bands, these places would play music off of records. Because of this, they were called discotheques.
So Al Black, one of the spades was telling me that Mario got a loan or got fronted from Al Black to help buy his equipment. Can you tell me that story?
All right. Al Black is my uncle. He's a contractor.
Okay.
Mario, Ronnie, Tyrone, me, we all work for him. Building buildings. Matter of fact, that place, we built that place on Westchester and Morrison Avenue, right there on the corner, across the street from the restaurant. There's a place there, we built that.
It's a restaurant, it's a bakery, it's a wall or not?
It was a bar when I went by there recently.
Bar.
Whatever, not a bar, but it's right there, man. On Morrison and right there on the corner.
On the corner.
Yeah, we built that. Al Black built that. We Ronnie and Mario used to work there. I used to work there. Well, anyway, Mario, through his other ventures, bought the speakers and stuff, but he couldn't get the Macintosh. He needed more money. So he went to Al to borrow the money.
The summer youth checks, because he's known for that.
Mario started off as a regular DJ, and then he got into youth call jobs. And he was into youth call jobs, and he started giving out jobs, and that's how he started getting his equipment.
Hustling the summer youth.
Right, that just bought the speakers, the turntables, didn't buy the amplifier. He needed more money.
He needed more money. And Al Black funded him the money to get the rest of the equipment.
Right.
And that was later on. And that's why you said that Herc before Mario, because Mario got his equipment later on.
Yeah, Mario got his equipment later on. Yeah.
That equipment you saw Herc with, it wasn't his big Herculoid system. And that was like, you said 75?
In 75, Herc had column speakers and guitar stuff. He was mixing, I think he was turning knobs and whatever. I don't know exactly because I wasn't able to get behind him. But what I saw was the column speakers, more or less.
And then you said he saw your stuff, and then next time you saw him, it changed into like similar to what you had.
Yeah, man, not similar, the same brand, GLI.
GLI.
Yeah, GLI speakers. He had the bigger ones than the ones I had, and then the GLI mixer was a different model, and stuff like that. He had it. He had bought it. Yeah.
Okay. So your legacy, you was the very first young teenager in the Bronx with huge equipment, the first crossfader.
Yes.
Professional equipment. You was the first teenager rocking that.
Yes.
And Mario was your manager / promoter / MC.
Yes.
Yes. Right. So Mario was out before Herc.
Well, when it comes to you putting it like that, fine.
It started here in Bronxdale.
Right.
We was the Mecca, like my man DJ Faye said.
Right.
Everybody came through here. You know, this is the headquarters of the Spades and the
Right.
headquarters of hip hop. That's how we did it. We took it from here, then we took it to Soundview, we took it to Monroe, we took it to Bronx River. The power of hip hop came from here. That's where it came from.
So Bronxdale was the Mecca?
Bronxdale was the Mecca. That's it. Can't say no more.